doing a readathon for no absolute reason or purpose. Um, I am reading On Earth, We Are Briefly Gorgeous at the moment. It's some of the most spectacular, most poignant, lyrical, and some of the most sensual writing that I have read. It's almost visceral and tangible. And I also hope to take down The Night Train at Dioli by Ruskin Bond and Interpreter of Melodies by Jhumpa Lahiri, along with Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. I will be updating you as I go, so stay with me here because it's going to be a long night of reading, and reading. Hello, so I just finished reading On Earth, We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, and I've marked the hell out of this book. Like, devastated this book, marking every part that I felt was needed. It's some exquisite writing. The author mainly relies on little things and he describes them very fiercely, intensely, and passionately. And this is more of a no plot, just vibes kind of book, but there is a little plot, which is that it is set in a war, in the backdrop of a war in Vietnam, where a son just grows up and he's like a first generation learner. He goes to college, he learns English literature, comes back, writes a letter to his mother about all those little things that he could not ever say, and his mother is illiterate. But just the writing style of it is absolutely crazy. The analogies, metaphors, the imageries that Ocean Vuong uses is it's not crazy. I would say it's very simple, yet it hits the right spot. This probably is one of the most beautiful books I've read, besides Call Me by Your Name by Andre Simon. So with that, I'll be moving on to the next book, which is Jhumpa Lahiri's Interpreter of Melodies, and I will talk to you about this the moment I'm done with it. So yeah. Hello. This is just to update you that I am reading Interpreter of Melodies, and right now I'm 71 pages into it. These are like a range of short stories which have been written by Jhumpa Lahiri. It's very eloquent and smooth writing that flows very kind of in a good pace, in a good way. There's nothing too difficult to read about it. The writing style, I would say, is it's not as intricate. After reading Ocean Vuong, I think you'd most predominantly notice that it's not as intricate, but it is subtle to the nuances of daily life. However, it reads more like a comprehension passage that you would get to solve in any examination. But with it also comes a little bit of, I don't know, packed punch, where you see subtle nuances and feelings. But most of the other times, I think the story is more narrative than descriptive. The food writing or the descriptions of food here are beautiful, and I have just read about 3 or 4 short stories, which are A Temporary Matter, When Mr. Pirzada Came to Dine, and Interpreter of Melodies. This is basically the book Interpreter of Melodies and Other Stories. Right now, and a Real Dar one. That's the one that I am in. And so yeah, I will check with you after I finish the book Interpreter of Melodies. And I also went out to get some post-its because I have been using them absolutely recklessly. I've been using them for everything. So I just got that. So yeah, I'll see you after I'm done reading.
Hello, good morning. It is currently 5 a.m. in the morning, and this is how it looks like. It's beautiful. Birds are tweaking, and yesterday I had just there's a cat, by the way, and that's the house garden, a little bit of it. Anyway, so what I was intending to say is that yesterday I just started Ruskin Bond's Road to Missouri without any reason, and I almost completed it. Um, it was a fantastic read. It's a very short book, about 112 pages. Much about Mussoorie, Uttarakhand, Tunganath, and the Himalayan range, and his journey upwards from there. It's a brilliant, brilliant book. It's simple, lucid writing, funny, it's very straightforward. Not much of lyrical writing. There's so much of imagery, there's not too much metaphor. Also, I was about halfway through this thing. What is it called? Interpreter of Melodies and Other Stories of Bengal, Boston and Beyond by Jhumpa Lahiri, and today I'll finish it. So right now it's 5 a.m. in the morning, and that is what I'll be doing. So yeah, so I just finished reading Roads to Missouri by Ruskin Bond, and right now I'll be finishing Interpreter of Melodies. Just to say a little bit about Roads to Missouri, it's a beautiful, beautiful book with some beautiful illustrations as well, and it's, I think, Ruskin Bond, not at his finest, but definitely hilarious. It's a series of short stories about his exploration of Missouri. I'll read you the title so you get a better understanding. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and it's funny at places, it's straightforward, it's lucid. I hope you can see it. It says, on the Delhi road, cold beer at Tutmalpur, the Kipling road, at the end of the road, sacred shrines along the way, trees by my window, let's go to the pictures, some hill station ghosts, the air of the kissing and other good times, running for cover, party time in Missouri. And you must be seeing that at the first there's like a backward, and at the end there's a forward, so it's hilariously written. You should pick this book up. It's just 112 pages long, and now I'll be moving on to Interpreter of Melodies. So yeah, hello. So I just completed Interpreter of Melodies by Jhumpa Lahiri, if you can see this, and it's a series of, let's say, 5 or 6 short stories, probably more than 5 or 6. I guess it's like 9 short stories, if I'm not mistaken. It is 9 short stories, but all of them are like 20-25 pages long. Now, the writing style of Jhumpa Lahiri is very lucid, very straightforward, with an eye for nuance, with an eye for subtlety, and she definitely captures emotions and feelings, but it's not as poignant or as lyrical as you would expect it to be. It's very narrative and at times descriptive in nature. Her writing style, it's nothing very, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's straightforward, with a straight face, a person who gives you all the details. She's that kind of a writer, but also with an eye for subtlety and nuance. So with that, we completed our 3rd book in the readathon. Right now, if you can, there's like a pile of books in front of me to choose from, other than this, which is my bullet journal. So this I completed, which is Ruskin Bond's Road to Missouri, and we completed Interpreter of Melodies. It was a good book. It's a solid 4 out of 5. I think the first short story was the best of them all. It's called A Temporary Matter, and it basically illustrates the night conversations or late evening conversations between a couple just as soon as the power is cut off on a daily basis, actually, for quite a few weeks. And we also finished On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. So now the ones that I'm left with are To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee and Ruskin Bond, The Night Train at Dewey. I really do want to pick up Ruskin Bond at first and then move on to Kill a Mockingbird. So I guess I'll do that. So yeah. Hello. So look at this gorgeous afternoon sun. Like what? Anyway, I'll be going out on a walk, and so I'm just here to that I'm going out on a walk. And I'm extremely sorry if I look extremely crazy, but I'm going out on a walk, so that's that. I'll come back. And I've been reading David Copperfield, by the way. For no reason, I just started it by Charles Dickens. I've been reading it, and it has been, I don't know, I think it's a children's version or something, and it's good. I've been going through it. Anyway, I'll be going on a walk. Before that, I'll have to do some work, and then we'll be heading off to the walk, not the work. It's 4 p.m. right now, 28th of April, and oh, look at that. That's a Luke, by the way. This is a dress I bought from Max. If you hear the neighbors, they are just noisy neighbors who I cannot help with but just put up with. So I hope you put up with them as well. And that's like a motorbike for no reason at all. And there you go. We are done. I'll be going out on a walk. Can you believe? I've been doing this for the last 1 week. I'm so sorry.
Of being alive is just being alive. That's what we're all here for.